Hey everyone, it's Mr. Wobbly94. I hope you're doing well today. I have another comic review for you. Of course, I do these every once in a while. I've been in a big comic book mood recently. Of course, I saw Spider-Man yesterday, the No Way Home film, and it was perfect. I'm not a big fan of Homecoming. Far From Home I like even less. And seriously, No Way Home was amazing. It was perfect. I loved it. And I've been in a comic book mood since right before I read that, or went to see it, I mean, as a matter of fact. And I've been on a Spider-Man kick specifically for whatever reason. I'm not a big Spider-Man comic book fan aside from Stan Lee's run on it. And I just decided, okay, I'm gonna start reading some stuff. So I was browsing about 2 weeks ago, I think is what it was, and I saw that there was a new Spider-Man Noir comic from 2020 that I did not know about. I'm a big Spider-Man fan, or Spider-Man Noir fan. Of course, I have these two books right here that I got many years ago, like almost 10 years ago. I love both of these books. They're fantastic. I mainly love the first one, the original Spider-Man Noir, but Eyes Without a Face is pretty good too, from what I remember. It's been a while since I read it, so I don't know. But the original I love. I think it's one of the best Spider-Man stories out there, along the Spider-Verse big graphic novel thing that's like 700, 800 pages long. I love that book too. I'm a big fan of certain Spider-Man stories, and the original Noir story is one of my favorites. I love it. I wish we had better looks at the costume and stuff. My paperback here is actually falling apart because I've read it so much. But Eyes Without a Face I've only read like once or twice, somewhere in there, but I plan on rereading these and talking about them on the channel at some point. But I've had both of these for a long time. And then I saw this 2020 series that had a really great cover on it, and I was excited for this. Look at that cool looking cover, man, with the red and the black aspects. I was excited for this. And I hoped it was going to be good. The costume looks good. The art looks really good. Let me give some credit to that artist out there, man. Juan Ferreira. I don't know how to say that name. I'm sorry. I'm really bad with names. The art looks great throughout the entire book, pretty much. It's kind of wasted in certain spots because of bad writing and bland storytelling, but the art looks amazing. I really love it for certain parts of this book. It's a 5-issue series, by the way. Miniseries. I think it's supposed to be ongoing. I don't know if it will be ongoing. It might be. I don't know. But it says it's still ongoing on Amazon, on the Kindle store at least. This is written by Margaret Stohl. And I gotta tell you, man, it just feels wasted to me. I really, really, really like a chunk of this book. Like maybe one issue out of it, maybe like a portion of it, something like that. But most of this book, I genuinely don't like. And it's a shame. I paid the full $10 for it a while back when I got it. And the book itself just seems like it just kind of falls apart as it goes along. It started off in an okay place. I was a little confused. It seems like people know who Peter Parker is. I don't remember if that was done in Eyes Without a Face or not, but I know for sure it was not done in the original book. As far as I remember, read it so many times, I don't think it was ever. But the second book, it might have been done there. I don't know. But in this old, like, 1940s, 1930s timeline, nobody's supposed to know anything about this guy or who Spider-Man is in this. The costume looks cool and everything, but I'm so confused on the lore around that and who people think he is or how they know who he is or anything like that. It's weird to me. It throws me off. I don't really love it all that much. It just puts me off a little bit, but it was okay. I kept reading the story, and it kind of becomes an adventure thing leaving New York City. They don't stay in Manhattan the whole time, like what I expected it, like with the first two books kind of sticking to that. And I thought, okay, well, maybe we'll do some weird Casablanca stuff, like go to wherever, like Brazil or something. I don't know, wherever Casablanca takes place. I thought it'd be something a little wild like that, more, again, more noirish. Take away the noir aspects, which again, the original two books kind of have a little bit of a science fiction and fantasy feel to them. I like that darker fantasy feel to some parts of them. They feel like a little bit more grounded in reality, with some horrific monstrosities involved, specifically in the first book. And this one goes a little too far with the adventure, a little too far with the science fiction, a little bit too far with other aspects that are more supernatural, that I just don't think it works for me. There are certain things revealed in here that I can't stand. There's some SJW fingerings all over this. For example, Peter and the girl that he's interested in meet a particular character in here. It's a black woman who's a pilot. That's cool. Whatever. Her name is Harry. They don't say Harry Osborn. We know what they're doing with that. But this is the thing. I can take that to a degree. That is what it is. That's happened a billion times with Marvel, whether it be adapting to movies or books, whatever reason. They don't like redheads. And then you go to later on in the story, and the revelation about who Harry is is one of the worst things I've ever read in a comic. It's unbelievable bad. Like, unbelievable bad. Now mind you, with all that being said, and the plot not really having much going for it, by the way, the main villain in here is Electro. He's really cool. I love the design for him. I love certain changes that happen with him throughout the story. He looks great. But some of the other things that happen surrounding that suck. The ending is not that great. It's pretty bland. Most of this book is bland. A lot of it's bad. There's a couple of portions of it that, like I said, like one issue's worth, I would say, out of the whole book is good. It's just not what I wanted, you know? It's not, if you're a fan of those first two original trades that came out, it's not up to that par. It's not maintaining that dark noir feel to it. It's just, it's adding too much humor in there. Peter doesn't feel like he's the exact same. I like how Peter, in some aspects, has gone more the noirish route. He's even more brute in this. But I still miss that kind of mixture of childhood stupid, or teenage stupid, but also gruff 1930s, 40s darkness mixed in that first original book. I missed that. I don't remember if the second book, Eyes Without a Face, had that, but I think it did from what my memory has. This book doesn't maintain that. And like I said, I don't understand why people know he's Spider-Man or not. It doesn't make any sense to me. It puts me off. I don't like that. I don't like the girl character that Peter's obsessed with in here and having a little bit of a lover fiasco with. She's alright. She's not great. She's about as bland as a love interest can get in these comics nowadays. There's some other characters that come in later on that are pretty cool. There's a couple of twists that genuinely suck about certain characters. They were terrible too. Of course, this being around World War II time, there's some Nazi Germany stuff involved in here, so that's pretty wild. There's some things that are done kind of cool with that. There is a small amount of gore in here that was pretty neat. There is some violence in here and action that's pretty cool. Some things that Spider-Man has to do to solve situations involving, for example, landing a plane or flying a plane, something like that. There was a scene involving that was pretty cool that Spider-Man Noir pulled off. There are cool things in this book. Does that make sense? Most of it's just not. Most of it's bland. It's not fun. It's not even bad enough to hate, really. It's just, this whole book is a wish-wash, a mix-mash, if you will. Again, if you like these first two books a lot, the way I love the first one, this one's going to disappoint you. It's kind of just guaranteed. It's going to disappoint you. You're going to be let down by it, probably. If anybody likes this more than the other two, I'd be surprised. I genuinely would be. It would shock me. I would want your explanation down below, too, of why that's the case. It just, I don't know. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. And to see the way he got treated in the Spider-Verse movie, not No Way Home, I'm not saying he's in that, I'm saying in the Spider-Verse movie, the animated one, to see how Nick Cage was treated there, how he's really not prominent whatsoever, he has like 2 speaking lines or whatever, it let me down there. This let me down too. It kind of shows me Marvel doesn't really have a direction they want to go with this. I hope they get a writer on this, where they can do the right thing and do something cool with it. I don't have the hope for it, I'll be honest with you. It's probably going to die in the water, like a lot of comic series do that I started getting interested in, and then they bring back a character that I loved, and then they waste it. And that's what happened here. And there are some callbacks to some of those first 2 books, by the way, in case you wanted to know. There are some callbacks if you're a fan of those first 2 original Spider-Man Noir trades. But that's it. That's really it. There's not a whole lot to offer here. Anyway, if I had to rate this 2020 Spider-Man series from Margaret Stoll or whoever was involved here, the art's good. That's worth looking at. The action shots and money shots in that, they look good too. The story sucks. Writing sucks. Characters suck. Some adaptations are looking cool. That's more of an art thing, I think, than a writer thing. It's not going to be memorable at all, which is a shame. If I had to rate it on a 5-star basis, I'd give it like a 2 out of 5 stars. It's a letdown. A big letdown. And it makes me want to reread the original 2 and talk about those at some point. So maybe I will do that after Christmas or after the new year, something like that. I got a couple more things I want to do before the end of 2021. So maybe I'll take care of those first and then get back with you. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. What are your thoughts on Spider-Man Noir, the 2020 revival series? I don't know if this is still ongoing or if it's been canceled yet. It deserves to be canceled. So anyway, thank you for watching. Put your thoughts and comments down below about the original series, the 2 trades, or put them down about this one, all of that. What are your thoughts on Spider-Man Noir? Do you wish they had done something better with him? Do you wish we had a Spider-Man Noir movie in the way we have like a Joker movie, just focused on that type of character? No MCU, no universe, no cinematic universe, none of that stuff. I wish we did, because I think it would make money, just like I think Spider-Man 2099 would make more money as a standalone movie. Anyway, put them down below. Thank you for watching, guys. God bless you. Merry Christmas, and goodbye.